1st,
Wow.
2022. No fooling. April Fool's Day.
Yeah, no fooling today. I hate April 1st. I totally forgot it was April Fool's Day.
Yeah, me too. I was going to dress like my old business partner, put on a fat suit.
Well, now I'm terrified because my kids actually put on the pot of coffee. Yeah, that's a laughable moment. But now I'm starting to question my whole morning. Now you said it's April 1st. Wow.
Could wear one of those sumo wrestler suits.
Oh, those are the
And,
best for
and,
kids
and
at
act
Halloween.
fake. And act fake. Pretty much nails it.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, Joe remarked on my 7 free picks. I just started the podcast. So, anyways, good morning. It's Mitch and Joe here with your live show. It's Friday, April 1st, 2022. Anyways, Joe was commenting on my design that I used for the thumbnail for today. I think what I'm going to do is every month, I'm just going to change the theme of the thumbnails for that. Kind of like, so like April, we're going to do different tie-dye every day. Then like we'll
Nice.
do like different cities, beach scenes, whatever. It's like we'll just do different football stadiums, during football season, or like different fields, or whatever.
That's a cool thing to go with. I like that.
Maybe try some different stuff with it. It's like I think with those we've kind of achieved a lot of our goals.
Hmm.
So, um, you know, the I don't know. You could always grow more, but I think we could have fun with it too.
I
We could
like
try
it.
different things, as long as we don't. I don't know. I don't think we can use everything I would want to use.
No, probably not everything, but I think the tie-dye way to go is
Yeah, it's fun.
a lot of fun.
It's kind of
Yeah, especially
springy,
for spring. Yeah,
springy. It's like very springy.
it is. I like it for your 7 free picks.
In
It's
just five
awesome.
minutes.
In just 5 minutes.
Just
There you go. If you
five
guys haven't checked it out,
minutes.
go check it out.
So I'm watching the game last night. It's the Nets and the Bucks.
Okay.
I've got the Bucks because of the deer that ran through the yard. Right,
Yeah.
we went over this yesterday. We don't need to rehash. And so it's a sign, right? It's a sign. I'm superstitious as hell. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm not. But
That OT.
yeah, what happened is that so the Lakers are considered my local team,
Okay.
right? So like everyone has a local team that's there, and whatever. And it's like when their games are on, they're blacked out if it's a national telecast, and they're only shown on the local channel. So like I have the LA channel, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, but I don't just like in baseball, I have 5 local teams. So in basketball, just the Lakers. Just strange, right? But that's what it is. I think the Clippers might be too, but I have the Lakers. So what happens is that at a set time when the Lakers game was supposed to start, they turned off the game and say
Oh
this
no, they
channel is
didn't.
not available. Well,
Oh
that
no, they
happened to
didn't.
happen with 2:40 left in overtime.
What? What
Yeah,
did you do?
freaked out. What are they supposed to do? I absolutely
I would
freaked
have
out.
lost my mind.
Oh yeah, I was a total bitch. I was just like I acted like a total bitch, like my internet was out or something. Oh my god! It's like when you lose your phone. It's like
Yeah.
it's like, panic sets in. So I went on Twitter and I said, "Hey, can someone just give me a play by play as we go?" And because
Yeah.
I have the game cast on ESPN and everything like that. And oh, man, what a mess.
Wow, I would have been beside myself. And that was a crazy overtime as well. Wow. But congratulations. Nice superstitious bet there with the Bucks
Yeah, it's like
getting that one.
Giannis hits the three to take it to overtime. Durant,
Yeah.
I mean, he had, it's like, oh man, it was a great game. When I
Yeah.
was watching it, really was a good game. Definitely a preview of the playoffs, but just goes to show you the Bucks are going to be a tough out. Chris Middleton got ejected from the game. Got a flagrant two.
Yeah.
Grabbed Curry by the arm and threw him down on the ground. That's definitely playoff type stuff.
It is when they get that heated in those games against each other. We really don't see it a lot in basketball.
No, we didn't see it. And then,
Yep.
so then I had the Jazz also, and I got them laying 12.5. And at the end of the game, all these guys that we know from from watching college basketball these years are in, because it's a blowout. Yep. And they're just letting them take these uncontested layups. And it's what are you guys, number one, what are you guys doing out there?
Yeah.
And, I didn't even know you guys were still in the league type thing. And number two, it's like, and then so there's 20 seconds left. I'm up by a half a point at this point. It's all the way whittled down to the half a point. The Lakers have the ball and they dribble out. It's like, oh, thank God. It was one of those where it's like, man, in the NCAA tournament, I lost the Wisconsin game and against Colgate, and I lost the Duke Cal State Fullerton games, both on plays exactly like those. So it's like, I'm not going out of March like that. So, maybe it was a good sign.
Oh, absolutely it was. Look at those Pistons last night.
Yeah, when Brian said that he felt the Sixers were the best play on the board, I tripled my bet up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I'm sure you did. That was just a fantastic game by them.
Stop
Beautiful
picking
win.
on Brian.
We haven't heard that lately, so.
Yeah, because he's not on the show anymore. Took care of it.
That's true.
He's got his own YouTube, and people rip on him there instead. I have to stop everybody else from picking on Brian. Spend half my day deleting YouTube comments. It's a lot of fun.
Oh man.
He tries. The thing is, Brian's a great handicapper, but he gets locked into some things that don't make a lot of sense, to be honest with you.
Well, we have that. Well, what did you think of the Texas A&M game last night before we move on?
I lost. I had Texas A&M. That was the only loss I had yesterday. I was 3-1 yesterday, and I thought Xavier hit the shots at the end. I thought when they changed the foul, it would change the game, and they got it right, so you can't really argue it. And I thought Xavier just wanted it more, and they got it. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with their coach. Will he stay at Xavier as kind of an assistant head coach? Will he go to Maryland? Where will he go? Georgia, I guess, wants him.
Okay.
As an assistant under White there. So, he was crying. It was, it's pretty emotional.
I missed this game completely.
It was a totally emotional moment for him. His mother, his brother were on the court hugging him. So what happened was, Sean Miller was the coach at Xavier before he went to Arizona. And he was great at Xavier. I mean, he was a really good coach there. And they rehired him, when their coach left for Maryland, they hired him. And they rehired Sean Miller. So he was at the game. But, now you have this coach that just won the NIT. And it's like, everybody wants him kind of as that assistant head, sort of head coach, then like the next guy right there. So it'll be interesting if Xavier tries to retain him or if he goes, somewhere else. I think he's not too far from a head coaching job, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, good for him. So, a nice call on the show yesterday on the under or the over in this game. I had the under, so it bit me in the butt. As soon as you said you liked the over in this one, I was like, ooh, when Mitch likes an over, it's going there. So, nice one.
Well, it's once in a while I'm right. But nobody wants to work with me.
Except for me.
Nobody.
I must be crazy.
Nobody.
So, talking about crazy, I actually I made it out to watch the Flames game last night. And I was at a local country pub. Like a small town pub. So it's not like a country pub, but a small town pub. About 20 minutes west of me, east of me. I don't know. Not directionally challenged, or I am directionally challenged. But the little pub had started their own moonshine. So the owner made me try a shot of moonshine with him last night, Mitch. Wow. It didn't kill me, but I was worried. So one shot of moonshine, that was enough for me for the night.
All right.
So you want to talk college basketball for tonight?
Sure. We've got Coastal Carolina versus Fresno State. This game was delayed from yesterday. Everybody knows that. And now it's at 6 p.m. tonight. Is it on TV? Not even sure.
I'm not sure if it is or not in this one. Do you think the delay is going to work in either team's advantage, Mitch?
I'm not sure if it works in anyone's advantage, but I think that I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be an interesting game. I'm looking at two strong defenses in this one. I'm going to have to ride with an under again, really hoping you're not sitting here telling me that you like an over in this game because it bit me in the butt yesterday.
I like Coastal in this game.
Okay.
Is where I'm at. I think that I just think Fresno has been kind of overrated all season long. I'm sick of them. It's like they're just such underperformers and underachievers. No reason to believe anything different here.
Yeah, but with a good logo.
Oh, it depends. I think the logo's
it's catchy.
It's tired also. Looking at some of the questions, when are we doing MLB stuff? Well, I think the season starts Thursday next week.
Yeah, it does. I can't wait.
Joe, did it take the emailed off your teeth?
Oh, enamel? No. Okay. Didn't take the enamel off my teeth. That was it was a strong shot of moonshine though, but it was shaken over ice. So thankfully.
So where was this at? This was at the bar?
Yeah, this was like at a little hole in the wall pub. It's famous in the summer around this part for all the bikers going. It's called Longview, the area. It's actually a cute area. So it was about a 20-minute drive out there to this little pub. And I knew there would be no one out there and I could just sit and watch the game and not have to deal with any idiots. So it was a lot of fun.
There you go. I haven't had moonshine in a long time. I haven't drank in a long time. But
don't think you're missing anything with moonshine.
No, I've had plenty in my day. Plenty.
It's not my favorite for sure. I was terrified.
It was never my favorite either. That's for sure.
Yeah. There is some good. I love Old Smoky moonshine with the flavored moonshine for sure. So, but when it's just straight hard.
So did moonshine, he make it himself?
Yeah, they've started a distillery in the bottom of the pub. And actually, it's pretty incredible, the distilleries and breweries that are popping up in my area. I think there's about 15 all within a 20-minute drive in one direction or the other. So it's pretty cool. But yes, I was the first person who got to try it that was a customer. So he came over to the table and sat down with the bottle of it and said, "We're trying moonshine tonight, honey." I went, "Oh, God." That's how the conversation went. But it was good.
Well, there you have it. So, like, if you have moonshine, are you drinking like a beer with it or other drinks, or are you just...
I had ordered a beer. Yeah, so I had ordered an IPA, and we all know those are super strong beers to start with.
What's an IPA? I'm so out of the loop.
Indian Pale Ale?
Oh.
No, yeah. It's really hoppy. I like hoppy beers. So,
since I quit drinking, there's like all these different things, there's like all these like new drinks, new alcohols and new things. Like, so beer pubs, like when I stopped drinking, were kind of like coming into vogue. And there was like, there was always like these microbreweries all over the place, mostly like in the West, Oregon and stuff like that. But it's like, I think there was IPAs and all that other stuff, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
there would have
I just
been.
didn't care, you know?
Yeah,
It's like, I just didn't care.
any kind. The only kind of beer I'll drink is a Corona when it's super hot out, or an IPA. So strong and bitter. Yeah, it is strong and bitter.
Yeah, Bud Light.
For sure.
Just give me Bud Light.
I can't do Bud Light. Those things give me headaches like no tomorrow.
Who cares?
Well, you would when I come on the show in the morning. Like, Mitch, I got a Bud Light headache. It's not good. So yeah, I just had the IPA, had the shot of moonshine in between sips of the IPA. Definitely needed a chaser of IPA there.
I definitely went through phases, but mostly it's just like glass of vodka like a normal person.
Nice. Were picklebacks big then? That's one thing I absolutely hate.
What?
Picklebacks, they call them. It's chasing a whiskey shot with pickle juice. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever done once in my life, and I'll never do it again. It's gross.
Never heard of it.
I don't like whiskey to start with, and then
never heard
have
of
a whole shot of pickle juice after it. Ugh.
Never heard of it.
You're not missing out. So,
Wild Turkey, Jack Daniels. I stick to the basics. Stoli, Wild Turkey, Jack Daniels.
I'm not making up picklebacks. That is a true thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. Canadians are crazy. Picklebacks, but
sounds hideous.
It is. It's absolutely disgusting. But you know what is better? And I don't know what they call it. If you take a shot of whiskey and chase it with pineapple juice, that's fine. It has its own special name too. But.
All right. Well, we got a slew of NBA on that note coming up. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm excited for today's NBA card.
So you just did one shot of the moonshine? That was
it? Yeah, there was no way I was doing it anymore.
So you put it in a shot glass? Because the only moonshine I've ever had, I swigged it out of the bottle. It's the only way I've ever drank it.
Yeah, it was in a shot glass. It was shaken. See, there is picklebacks in the States, in Texas and Kentucky. It's a thing. Let us know if you guys like them, because I can't eat or drink them. People say it's best for the hangovers the next day, though, because you want that. If you drink that pickle juice, they say you don't get hungover. I don't believe it. I won't drink enough of it to try the theory.
I'll tell you how you don't get hungover. You should drink about a gallon of water before you go to bed.
Oh,
the headache is caused by dehydration.
Oh, okay.
If you're a true alcoholic, you know these things.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyways, Orlando Magic taking on the Raptors. Wonder if there'll be pickleback in that one. Got Washington Wizards against Dallas Mavericks. Got the Celtics and the Pacers and the Rockets and the Kings to start things off. Joe, Magic and Raptors. Any meat on the bone here with this one? 10.5 points here. I kind of like the way the Magic have been playing. I know it hasn't been good, but Wendell Carter Jr. I think is good. I don't like the Raptors because they're not American, but that's besides it. I'm kidding.
They're Canadian like you. They're Canadian like you, Joe.
Well, they're not a U.S. team. Because Ruffalo so when I used to do the show with Ruffalo and Rod, they would be like, I'd be like, oh, this team has like the biggest back, and they'd be like, well, the Raptors have all of Canada behind them. I'm like, yeah, no one cares.
That's true.
I'm like, no one cares.
Oh, Canadians are some good bandwagon jumpers. So definitely on the Toronto Raptors in this one. So I'm jumping on that bandwagon. I think they can get this cover, and I don't think they want a chance getting dropped in their seeding here. So I know it's a lot of points, but I think they can get it done.
Against
the Magic.
I used to have these Swedish business partners for about a year, and I used to think it was a language barrier, as to why they sounded so stupid. But actually, it turned out they were just really stupid. But outside of that, the thing that they used to always ask me is like, why do Americans always think they're the best? And I would just say, because we are. Because we are. Why do Americans? It's like, shut up. Sit over there.
you do the impersonation well, Mitch.
Oh God, these guys just so stupid. I mean, the dumbest people I've ever met in my entire life. I mean, idiots. Thieves, like bad. They're like the type of people like they get dressed up in like all white clothes, like to act all like really cool, and then like they step out of the car onto a garden rake, that smashes them in the face, and they fall down into a mud puddle. It's like that's what these guys are,
All I can think of is Zoolander when you describe them.
That's exactly what it is. Like they're this cool. They try and act like they're all cool, but they're just like, you guys are turd balls. It's like it's just phony balonies. Very funny. It's just a lot like in our industry. There's a lot of the like people from the Nordic region. A lot of them are great people, but the guys that I work with, I mean, these guys were just idiots of idiots, and I believed them, which made me an idiot too. And until
we all get suckered in sometimes.
I was excited, until I woke up. Right.
Yeah.
It didn't take me. It didn't take me long. At least I'm not stuck with them. Right. At least I didn't stick it out.
Didn't stick it out.
Like idiots.
That's for sure. I think Toronto has a chance. I think we probably have a higher scoring one in this because I do think the Magic can play a solid game. So I'm looking at the over as well.
I think we need to watch the status of Carter Jr. in this one. I think if he goes, I think the Magic are going to cover. I think if he doesn't, then no bueno. The Raptors 6-1 in the last 7 on the road. Well, the Magic, of course, nothing good going on there at all. Nothing good.
No magic happening.
Yeah. The Raptors, they love Orlando. They love it. 4-0 against the number in the last 4. 9-2 in the last 11. I'm taking the Magic.
Okay.
On principle,
though. You believe in magic today. That's okay.
Wizards against the Mavericks. The Mavericks have been fast starting on teams, right? They've just been getting out so fast on them. I gave out on the quick pick on TikTok the other day.
Nice.
Mavericks. I've been doing on TikTok the quick pick, where it's just a pick that's first quarter, first half, something like that. I just started doing it 2 days ago, 2-0 on them. So it'll take a little time till people realize I'm actually doing stuff. We're inconsistent TikTokers, that's for damn sure.
TikTok's one of those frustrating ones. With the algorithms of TikTok, you have to live on it.
You have to live on it.
Yeah.
So what they're saying, what Dude Perfect said on TikTok is that the magic number is 7 seconds.
Yes, I have seen that 7 seconds. Right. It's 5 seconds right now on IG.
Is it?
So fast.
All right, so I'm going to do my quick pick in 7 seconds every day on TikTok. So it's going to be a quick pick, and it's going to be 7 seconds. And that's it.
Okay.
Mitch from Pick Dogs, my quick pick today, Mavericks.
Nice.
First quarter. Mavericks, first 5 minutes.
One pick in 7 seconds.
That's it. Quick pick.
Quick pick. So in this game, do you think we should be looking at the Mavericks in that first quarter, first half again, Mitch, against the Wizards here?
Why not? I think the one thing we have to worry about is Porzingis, because he used to be on the Mavericks, so maybe a little bit of revenge factor here. But I'm gonna take the Mavs first half again. It's like they've been money.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the full game? Do you think Washington could get the full game cover in here? Because this was a stay off for me. I wasn't sure which way to go with this, just with that line. Wasn't too comfortable. I do love it in the first half. I was looking at this under, too. I think we got a lower scoring one here.
I got Mavericks first half. We're going to take the Celtics against the Pacers. The Celtics come into this one, playoff implications here for the Pacers, of course, 25-52, probably the worst season they've had in forever. When we look at the standings, though, Celtics 47-30, so the 2 games back in the loss column, 2 games back in the win column from the Heat. Only 5 games left to go. They're not going to catch them. They got a shot at the Bucks, but probably not, and then they're probably not going to get caught. Well, they're only a half game ahead of the Sixers for the 4 spot. So the 4 spot would mean a 4-5 against the Bulls. And then the 3 would mean a 3-6 against the Raptors, which would mean you have to go to Canada at least for one thing. So
I go to damn Canada.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like much fun, does it? They got a lot of
I'm in Canada.
Well, they got
Always
that.
a fun time.
They got that. Then that's why you're drinking moonshine on a Thursday night at some hole in the wall bar. Anyways, we've got
Good one. I like it. Where's that thing? There we go. Oh man, that was good. Put myself right into that spot.
We're gonna send Joe a shovel. Just keep digging. One day, like her, Brian, everybody else is gonna team up on me, bury me in the sand over here. I'll have like my neck, up in the sand like this. The tide will be coming in. Hold your breath.
I love working with you.
Oh man, nobody else wants to work with me.
Yeah, the Boston Celtics here. Wow, this is a ton of points to cover, but I can't put anything on the Pacers here. They're just struggling so much defensively. They're giving up way too many points. I could see the Celtics just rolling completely over them here. Huge win.
Celtics have really cranked up the defense. Number 1 in points against, number 1 in field goal percentage against, and number 1 in three-point shooting percentage against. And the Pacers, while they were earlier this season lighting it up on the scoreboard, they have not been lighting it up on the scoreboard. And they hate playing on Fridays. The thing is, they played the Nuggets pretty close. They played the Hawks, who are similar to the Celtics, fairly close. They've been horrible in Boston. I mean, horrible. I don't know about this one. It's just so many points. I'd have to lean to Boston, but I can't actually get there. So.
Yeah, it's just when you get up with lines like this, it's hard to think what the Boston Celtics are going to do in that final minute. The Pacers get that backdoor cover. You're sweating it out. It's a hard one.
Got the Rockets against the Kings. These teams just played the other day.
Yeah, like just 2 nights ago?
Yeah, nothing fun about this one. It's like, God, it wasn't crappy enough for you guys the first time. Let's beat this shit into the ground.
This is one I didn't even want to watch 2 nights ago. But the Kings got the win in that one, correct? Yeah, I believe the Kings got the win. Higher scoring game. I was looking at the over in this one. I think we go over the total. I think both these teams just are giving up way too many points defensively. And I think at this 232, it's just a little light. I see us hitting 235, 236 in this one. So I think we'll see a faster paced game like we saw the other night. And the points coming in. So both teams come in with some rest here. And the Kings play nicely to the over with that rest. 5-0 in the last 5 games playing on 1 day's rest.
Yeah, I'm taking the Kings in this one. I just, what we've seen in these home, day off, home things. So it's not home and home. It's not a back-to-back. It's not really any of those things. It's just the same 2 teams playing each other with a night off in between in the same city. It just seems that most of these games this year, I don't have the exact statistic in front of me, but it just seems that most of them, the team that won the first game wins and covers the second game too. So okay. I'm going to take the Kings again here. The thing about the Rockets, when Christian Wood plays, it's been this way for a few years. When he plays, you take the Rockets. When he doesn't play, you take the other team. And he's not playing, so I'm taking the other team, even if it's the Kings, who have won 3 of their last 4. No one plays.
They're on a roll.
No one plays the meaningless games like the Kings.
Well, that's good to hear.
So we go to our YouTube special game. This one hammering the comments. Grizzlies and Suns, 1 and 2 in the Western Conference. And the Grizz, of course, John Morant not playing in this one, but a lot of other guys doubtful here for the Grizz. Jackson, Bain, Jones, all doubtful for this one, while the Suns are almost at full strength. But the odd thing here is the line is kind of moving the other way towards the Grizz here, who have been pretty much money at home. and money in general this season. They seem to have a good system.
Yeah, they do. They seem to be getting it done. They're 25-13 at home against that spread, 28-10 straight up. We look at the Suns coming in rested. They get rusty off that 1 day's rest. 1-5 against the spread their last 6 on 1 day's rest. I think even with players out for Memphis, I'm going to have to take them plus the points. I liked it a lot better at 8. It's now moved to 7. It's going to be a battle, but we look at Memphis, 9-1 straight up in their last 10, 6-4 against that spread. They're not going to come in and just lay down in this one, even with players out. So we might see a little bit of next man up kind of play in this one and them keeping it tight. I still think the Suns win it.
I'm going to take the Grizzlies in the first half in here because the betting tools say to.
Nice.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I think the Grizzlies have like a really good system. It's like in place now. I think that Ja Morant injury earlier this season really actually, well, obviously you don't want your best player to be hurt. I think it really has helped this team because it's like they've discovered other ways and other identities. In recent years, the Grizzlies, when they got around 500, they would either, lose games to get back to 500 or win a couple games, get back to 500. They were always right around 500. But what we've seen from them now is, this team has found ways to win, and they're playing good defense. And it's like they found that when Morant went out the first time this season. So I'm going to take the Grizzlies in the first half, not because of anything I just said, but because the betting tool said so.
Gotta love those betting tools, you guys. If you haven't checked them out, pickdogs.com and Sports Chat Place, they're just phenomenal. So much information over there as well.
Anyways.
What do you think about this LA Clippers Milwaukee Bucks game, Mitch? You have faith in the Clippers to get the cover here on the road against the Bucks?
I think this is a tough one, I think it's just a tough one. I think the Bucks on these Friday night spots the Clippers coming off of overtime last night in a game. I mean, I don't know how they lost that thing, but and the Bucks, coming off that kind of inspired performance, they had overtime also against the Nets, but getting back home, I think when the Bucks are playing well, they blow out teams at home. They really, really play well at home, and I think I expect them to have a big night here.
Okay. I like it. I think it's going to be a good game for sure. We saw the Bucks dominate in February, 137-113. Just completely dominate the Clippers. So I don't think they get that much of a blowout here, but I can see the Bucks getting the cover.
Yeah, I can too.
137-113. Wow. That was domination in that game.
Paul George, wasn't in for obviously for the Clippers at that time. Anyways, more basketball. How do you guys like this format where we actually talk about the games?
I think people like it.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
All right. We'll find out.
I like this format. So
you
guys
will
let us know.
People smash that like button. People, tune in and all that kind of stuff. That's how we'll know. Yeah. People can say what they want, but it's like the numbers don't lie. I always go by the numbers.
Yeah, that's where you have to go for
sure.
Yeah,
you got to go by the numbers. Yeah. It's like people say, "Oh, these guys are paying me great." It's like there's no way. They have nobody goes there, It's like then they're losing a lot of money if they're paying you great. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Thunder Buddies against the Pistons. The Pistons beat up on the Sixers last night. When push came to shove, they did all the pushing and shoving the final minutes of that game, and what was a tight game throughout. The Sixers had a couple opportunities, and the Thunder, the Sixers had some opportunities to put them away. They were unable to do it. And then the last time we saw the Thunder was that debacle against the Hawks. I mean, it was really bad.
Yeah, they just fell apart in that game.
I'm mad about it.
Yeah, I would have been mad too. I can't believe they just let it go.
I really went down the toilet on that ugly bitch.
So this line has not moved at all, holding steady at 4.5 for +4.5 for the Thunder. Hey, I'm tempted to lean on the Thunder here to come in and get the cover in this one. I just think we saw the Pistons leave it all out on the floor last night, and I think that was a hard-fought game for them to get such a nice win in that one. So I think they might come in a little slow in this one. I think the Thunder keep up and give us the cover.
Well, total's 222. I like the under in this one. I think that, I think it's probably going to be a little bit of a slop fest.
I could see that for sure.
Got the Spurs against the Blazers. The Spurs competing for that final playoff spot with the Lakers. Nobody wants it. Basically, is what's happened. It's like whoever has had it, whoever's had that spot, they've been unable to hold it. Nobody has won, basically, that's held that spot in the last week. I think the Spurs won once, but then they lost to Memphis by a point, and then the Lakers lost last night. Obviously, they're both playing tonight, so Spurs 15-point favorites. I think they win. I think maybe they do cover 15. The Blazers are terrible, terrible, terrible.
Well, the last game they played, Portland just, I don't even know if they came on the court. The Spurs won at 133-96. So it's really hard for me to think the Portland Trailblazers are going to turn things around and be able to cover that 15. But I don't love the number 15 here either. So for me, I think I'm going to play the over. I think as long as Portland comes in and hits 100, 110, we see this one go over. Maybe not 110. I think the Spurs either blow it out or Portland comes in and just covers this. But I can see either way that going over that 231.
I'm going to take the Spurs.
Okay.
I don't love it.
It's hard to love a 15-point spread. What do you think the highest NBA spread we've ever seen has been? I was trying to think of that when I was looking at some of these high numbers this morning.
It's got to be in the 20s. Let's see.
Okay.
It is. (2008) Boston Celtics 22.5-point favorite over the Heat.
Oh, wow.
The Heat were 13-59. And Celtics had that Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett 57-15 team. Celtics won 88-62, so they covered.
Wow. 88-62, hey, crazy.
I think they won the championship that year.
Okay, 2008. Okay.
Got the Denver Chicken Nuggets up against the Timberwolves. Oh, this is just bad. So here's the story. The Timberwolves have covered 5 in a row or 6 in a row in Denver. This is like their spot, and Denver does not cover against the Timberwolves or that division or anything about it. I'm going to take Minnesota here. So the world should be on Denver. The line's going to move up to 7, so get it early. Mitch is on Mitch is on the Timberwolves. It's a clear sign to take the other team.
But I can see the reasoning for the Timberwolves here. You know, it's really hard to get on Denver when the Timberwolves won the last matchup just in February, 130-115. They won it by 15 points. You know, if it was a tighter one, maybe, but I can't see Denver coming out here, and they might win it, but I think the Timberwolves cover.
The Timberwolves are like they play better in Denver than they play at home. They play better in Denver than they play anywhere else.
22-6
in their last 28 in Denver
Wow.
for the Timberwolves. And they've had some lousy teams in there against playoff teams. Lousy teams. And they've got 6 in a row on them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing pretty about it.
No, not at all. You got to watch for these teams going into these spots and grab them when you can. So I like it, Mitch.
Yeah, Denver is only covered in Minnesota. You can go back. I mean, I'm in 2019, and there's no Denver covers in there at all at home. It's ugly. Very ugly.
That is really ugly. Okay, I'm with you. I'm on the Timberwolves. I'm not going against those kind of trends. That's for sure. I think they can get the cover there. Then the last game in the NBA, we have the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the LA Lakers. Can the Lakers finally get a win? Man.
Yeah, I
Coming
think
to
that.
this one.
Yeah, I do think they win. I think LeBron plays. I think Anthony Davis plays, and I think they win. I think they cover.
Yeah.
I do. Not. I don't love it, but I think when we hear their status, LeBron and AD's status for this game confirmed, I think you'll see line movement here.
Oh, absolutely, because they're the dog at home here. You think they'll go up to maybe a 3-point favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there might be some value if you're willing to bet on that alone. But I think we can say whatever we want. So Brandon Porter is saying that 68% of tickets and 88% of the money on the Timberwolves and all of that kind of good stuff. But we don't know how reliable that information is. So that's why I don't really give it out too much or say it on the show, because we don't know where it comes from. Right? We don't know. It's not like, well, according to this, because I showed different, I show 58% and 76% Timberwolves. So I showed different information than you. It's like, but they never say according to this book and this book and this book and this book. The only one that I believe is Caesar's, and because they send it to me, and I should post. I should tweet that out when they send it to me. I think that's why they give it to me.
Probably.
Yeah, but Caesar's usually will send it to me. Tell me what their positions are at the end of the day, but we don't know where this data comes from.
Yeah.
I mean, it always seems like, who knows, If it said it comes from this sportsbook, this sportsbook, this sportsbook, or these or whatever, but they don't say that. At least not the ones that I have access to.
Yeah.
So I'm always hesitant to believe in it. Especially what we saw in the NCAA tournament. Because when it was, if you just want the opposite.
Good point.
You won every single game.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Lakers come out. I think this team is a much stronger team when they're healthier. And I think a lot of these games they've lost, it's a hard season for them with all these injuries. So I can see the Lakers getting the win here. Yeah, just a question in the comments. The total of that Minnesota and Denver team under that 236. I actually thought it was a bit higher than that. Yeah, it's at 241 now. It's getting high, but I can still see it going over. So I think we'll see a lot of points on the board on that one. Timberwolves will drive the pace faster.
So what does hockey look like today?
Oh, fucking good, Mitch. We've got 7 games today on the board in hockey. So I'm super excited for these games. We've got some interesting matchups for sure. Some games that are pretty boring, like the Anaheim Ducks taking on the Arizona Coyotes. It's kind of like Sacramento taking on the Rockets. It's just one of those games I don't think many people are going to watch unless you're fans of those teams. But
they've lost 11 in a row, right? The Ducks. So there's money to be made there, possibly.
yeah, there is, right? You can get them at -120 if you believe on them here on the road. So, which, you know what, while there's no value on the puck line, if you took them -1.5, but the Coyotes are decent on that puck line at home.
There's some good trends in hockey and in the betting tools for today. I found a bunch. I did 3 on the 7 free picks in just 5 minutes.
Awesome.
So
I like it.
9 NHL games tomorrow and 9 on Sunday. What's Monday look like? Because Monday, I think there's no NBA on Monday because they don't want to go against the college basketball championship game, which is bullshit.
Oh, so hockey will for sure.
No, hockey's got 4 games. It's like, why would the NBA do that? You know, it's like, who cares? I mean, you have had no respect for these guys forever. And all of a sudden, it's like, so they're going to have 12 games on Sunday, the NBA, and 12 on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's 5, so which makes it only 5 on Saturday because the Final Four, you know. It's like they'll put games directly against the Final Four, but they won't put games against the championship. It's like,
wow.
Yeah. They used to run the Oscars.
Crazy. Well, I'm excited. Monday, pardon?
They used to put the Academy Awards on the same night as the Oscars, as the championship game. For years. Many years.
Okay.
Many years they did it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So you guys are going to have Puckin' Crazy this weekend, just trying to work out how it's going to be. It's going to come out live. It's going to come out video, what we're going to do with that. So I'll let you guys know on Puckin' Crazy this afternoon.
Yeah, well, the guys that say it or whatever, they say it. That they also say a lot of other things, but that site is really only about to get you to sign up for sports books. They don't care about anything else. I can tell you that much, 100%. I'm going to have to delete your comment. I'm not going to block you because we don't mention other sites here, but I will tell you that site, I'm not saying that they intentionally give out incorrect data or anything like that, but I'll tell you one thing. All they care about is getting you to sign up for sports books. It's way more important than letting you know where their data comes from. That's all they care about. Like a lot of the sites out there. Call them the Eurotrash sites. They're owned by like these European publicly traded companies.
Zoolander people.
Yes. That's why our betting tools are going to take them behind the woodshed.
Again, you guys, check out the betting tools. I can't stress it enough. Now, Mitch, yesterday you gave out the free consensus report.
Yes.
You have a lot of people take you up on that?
Thousands. It's
awesome.
Yep.
Happy to hear that.
It was awesome. Anything else you got to say for yourself besides before we get to the parlays?
No, nothing else. So we can jump to the parlays. Do you want to do yours first, or do you want me to?
Go ahead. I think I went first yesterday.
Okay. I'm going to take the under between Fresno and Coastal in the college basketball game. I'm going to take, no, I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to take the over between the Pacers and the Celtics. And then give me the Bucks laying the points there.
Coastal Carolina for me. I'm going to put it with the Sacramento Kings and the Lakers.
Okay, sounds perfect.
Parlay. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Those of you that are premium members, Brian's not here today, but I have his pick. So, what's Brian doing today?
I don't know.
What the hell is this guy doing?
Oh, he's in transit today.
Transit. All right.
So he will be back in his nice little office Monday morning.
Awesome.
That I do know.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends. Tomorrow, of course, handicapper roundtable. I don't know who's coming.
Neither do I. I'll find out.
Have a great day. Make it a winner.